Okay, we can have a person we mentor who is wholly devoted to us, following our lead and carrying out our every direction, but that may not be glorifying of God. Unless the one we mentor is also serving the Lord with us, we have our priorities out of whack. We are not to be served, but to serve. Let us be careful to not assume that someone we are leading is serving us while we serve Christ. Rather, let us ensure that all are serving only the Lord. I had forgotten I had typed that, but that's exactly what Paul is trying to get away from, is saying that Timothy is subordinate to me. He's not saying that in any way, shape, or form. He's saying that he's like a father to a son to me because Paul was his father in the faith. Okay, or even if he didn't lead Timothy to the faith, he was like a father in teaching him about the faith. Okay,
there was an age difference.
There was an age difference, and there's, obviously, when Paul is well traveled and Timothy may not have been, you have to learn how to travel with people. You have to learn the ins and outs of new cultures, all that. I have no idea what all of the nuances of their relationship were. But Paul was like a father to him in many ways, but at the same time, he was a co-worker with him in Christ. And he makes that absolutely certain by stating it the way he did in this verse. It's a great thing that he did, and it's something that we need to remember, is that, you go into a church and there's a guy that leads the church and he's got everybody else serving him. What is the image of him to those people? Well, he's our great leader or something, okay? And rather than that, he ought to be telling everybody we are serving the Lord together. You're helping me in this endeavor. I've got this job, you've got that job. And, I've said this before, and it makes it sound pious, but it's not intended to be. It's intended to be exactly the way it is that there is not a job that somebody does in this church, and I'm talking about this church or any church, that is not as important as every other job that is done in that church. Because if you have, I'm the one that cleans the bathrooms here, but if we had a bathroom cleaner in this church and you walked in there on Sunday morning and it was disgusting, nobody would come back the next week. That's all there is to it. So the bathroom cleaner is as important as the pastor in that church. Because without clean bathrooms, I'm going to tell you what, people are not going to, they're going to say, man, that place was disgusting, right? So if you think about it from that perspective, it doesn't matter what you do in the church. If it is glorifying of God and it is getting the thing done that the pastor can't do or that the whoever can't do, then your job is just as important as his, because it's something that has to be done. Now, obviously, there are things that are done in churches that don't need to be done. And, that's how things get. We've got, the guy that does the latte for the church. Well, I'm glad you have a latte maker, but that's not necessary for the church. Okay? So you have to...
a latte maker?
Yeah, we got one right back there. Haven't you been using it? You've been buying them? We provide them free here. Yeah. And we got a donut maker back there. We've got it's all back there. The kitchen is about 6 by 6. It's big enough for a sink, and that's about it. But anyway.